Welcome back to Spectrums, everybody. Please help us welcome our next guest, owner and founder of All Around Sports Fitness, Ms. Shannon Johnson.
Like, okay, we gotta shake hands too. Hello, how are you, Shannon?
I'm good.
Oh, we're so glad that you can join us today on Spectrums.
To be here. Thank you so much, everyone.
So not only do you have the fitness club, you also specialize in family health. Why is family health so important as a whole?
Oh my goodness, family health is extremely important because there are alarming numbers right now as far as diabetes, obesity. So just for example, 23.6 million children and adults in the United States have diabetes.
Wow.
And that's an alarming number. And me, myself personally, I felt that not only should mom or dad be fit, but son and daughter should be fit too. So once you teach fitness to mom and dad, the son and the daughters,
they're going to follow.
They're going to follow along, and they're going to want to join in. And hey, mom, let me do some push-ups or sit-ups with you. So it's better to teach the family to be
as
fit,
a unit.
As a unit. So you know, it's best to go that route.
But you do one-on-one classes as well.
I do one-on-one trainings as well, along with group fitness courses. So along with doing, let's say, if I were to train your child, I can train mom too. Or if I were to train son, you know, in doing his sport, because I also do sports fitness. So if I were to train little Mike in basketball, I can train
Lil Wayne.
I can train dad too, and I can train mom as well. So family fitness is really important.
Like with family fitness, I know you're talking about like working out the kids and everything. Do you think that kind of can? I know it's supposed to lead to healthy lifestyles, but do you think like starting the kids working out and with that thought of maybe like losing weight and things, do you think that kind of can
never with the thought of losing weight, always
just
with the thought of being active. You never want to tell kids, hey, you should be this way. You always want to say, let's be active. Let's do some activities. So instead of just sitting at home and watching TV or just
another way to bring your family together,
you can get up and you can do activities together. And so that's what I would love to do.
So what about like with families, when you do have little Mike and mom and dad, how do you work them out? Do you have them as a family unit and you have them doing the exact same exercises?
Now, when there are target muscles that mom and dad want to focus on, what I do is I target mom and dad, but then at the same time, son or daughter can do something else, but then it's a team effort. So son or daughter can do jumping jacks while mom and dad are working on weights. You know? But it's sort of like a transition. It's like what do I call it? I call it actually stations that they go through. So, and that's what I usually set up. And so when we go through our stations and you get to the weight process, the children don't have to do weights.
You do the little, you don't do the little itty bitty weights?
I normally get them focused on, because
those things do get heavy after, no matter what size you have.
So I like to focus on having them active and keeping the heart rate going, just to make sure that they know how to exercise in the proper way of doing it without injury.
I have a question. I have a question. What about the We Fit games? The game.
I like those.
Do you like those games?
I like those games.
I want to get one.
I really do. I go ahead and I would tell anyone to get a Wii Fit or get a Xbox Connect or whatever.
The Michael Jackson experience.
Yes, those are great games because kids have something to do. They can get up off the couch and stop eating those Flamin' Hots and
get
bad foods, you know. And
hot Flamin'.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what?
Hot Flamin'.
You're right. I know. We know that. I can't eat those, but you know, it's best to do that because it keeps you active. It keeps the family active.
No, go ahead.
Oh no. And you know what? It's good to even like if little Mike wanted to challenge like mom or dad. Hey mom, let's play the Michael Jackson game. Let's see who gets the better score. You two are really going to go at it.
Really around like in sweat. I have played it.
Definitely.
It's ridiculous.
So I'm all for it.
So you know, talking about family and everything, what made you get into fitness?
Well, what made me get into fitness is I've pretty much been in sports and fitness my entire life. And so what made me go into it is I wanted to help others. I saw other people and they were like, how do you stay fit? How do you stay healthy? And instead of telling them, I tell them every day and they say, why don't you just work out with me and show me? And then that's what made me actually want to get into the health and fitness world. And then when there were, like, I would show the children because kids just, I don't know, they migrate to me. So when I'm showing the kids how to do it, mom and dad are like, well, let me try that too.
Right, exactly.
So, it just works out that way.
Oh, awesome.
That's awesome. Well, you made a great point earlier when Rebecca was asking the question about, you know, is it too soon to start showing kids that? And you said no, it's always about being active. Unfortunately, you know, because of the society, like we dealt with our last guest, the image thing is something else. And we were speaking before. You said something. We have this whole thing. Everybody's trying to be the Nicki Minaj or the Barbie doll. And what was that? Yeah.
And there are studies that have shown that if Barbie with her normal measurements right now, if you were to take that normal measurement and put that on a human being, she'd have to walk on all fours. Yeah. That's not
what are Barbie's measurements?
Oh my goodness, Barbie's measurements, she would have to be 7 feet tall. Her bust was over 35 inches, and then her waist was like under 24 inches. And then it's so unproportioned that she would honestly have to walk on all fours, and it's not healthy to teach young girls to, hey, let's follow the Barbie image because
it's so not realistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That it really shows you how unrealistic it is.
Ultimately, I do want a Barbie doll named Pandora.
As long as she stays, you know, in imagination.
But that's exactly.
Ultimately, I do.
That's fine.
But that's the doll. That's not the
It's
image.
gonna be a doll.
Right.
It could be the Pandora, but see, no, what it should be. It could be the Pandora doll, not the Barbie.
Doll, exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Barbie doll.
Okay.
but people just have to understand that everyone, just as the previous person said, is all different sizes. But it's one thing to say I want to look a certain way. It's another thing to say I want to be healthy. I've gone to the doctor and he said that I have to work out, or she said I have to work out so many times a day, so many times a week. That's when you focus on being healthy, not, oh, I want to fit into this size 0. You know, that's not what you want to do. You always want to make sure you're healthy.
So there are clearly different levels of you know, how many days a person should work out according to their weight, because you know, clearly someone who's at a higher weight couldn't do as much as someone with a smaller weight. But what do you think is average? How many days in a week is average?
On average, at the minimum, you should work out 3 times a week.
That's at the minimum.
Yes.
So I'm only working out the minimum.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you're
I'm gonna do
working
the
out,
start, because if I do more, I'm gonna just quit.
Yeah. Exactly. For people like that, though, there are people who they see like, oh, I want to lose 50 pounds, but they see like hoping that the 50 pounds will come off after that first workout.
Yeah, so
like,
I come across a lot of people that are like, well, I want to lose 100 pounds in 2 days, so can you?
Oh wow, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
You know, that's kind of a stretch, but honestly, that's really what people really are looking for. And it's not immediate results. It's not a quick fix. It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle,
and that's what people have to focus on. And that's why I like focusing on families to get a lifestyle of health and fitness, because it's not just 100 pounds in 3 days and then I'll be fine, and then you gain all the way back, and then you're depressed, and then you don't, know what's going on.
So do you have a lot of clients who maybe come in with eating disorder, or they want plastic surgery, or they want gastric bypass or something like that? Do you have?
Yes, I've had a number of clients that have actually had gastric bypass and stomach stapling. It did not work, and they backslid, and then they came to me.
Oh, wow.
But now those clients have actually, I have one client, I actually should have brought in a picture of her. She actually lost over 100 pounds.
Wow.
And she is actually like a fitness buff now. Now she wants to do fitness, and it really is a lifestyle change. It really does change your life. So not only did she lose weight and reach her goal, but she's now reaching people around her and saying, hey, let's go get fit. Let's go and work out with Shannon. So it's really a great lifestyle change.
Is it ever a time when you can work out too much? Because I was watching like this people who had like addictions, and this one lady, she just was addicted to working out, addicted to weightlifting and everything like that. Is there a point when it can kind of go too far?
There is. When you come to a point where there's joint pain, that's when you need to let it. And when you feel those knees, oh, the knee's hurting, and you know you're doing your workouts correctly, but you're working out every single day, and you're not giving maybe not even 1 day's rest, that's when the joint pain.
Wait a minute, now my knees be hurting, and I worked 3 days a week, and
I think yours is something
You
different.
just got to give it a little time. You can't be letting you just can't heal up in 1 day.
I got something different on Pandora.
But you know what? Keep at it, and make sure that you stretch before you and after.
And you know what? And I do need to stretch a lot more.
Yeah.
You are so right.
Yeah, that's something I do. Like away with stretching. I'm done. I put my hour in. No,
you gotta. Yeah, it's pre and post. You know, you have to stretch before and you gotta stretch.
I never say that.
But I will.
I know. Your muscles are they're looser and they're warmed up, and you can actually stretch further once you
start stretching.
I'm good at stretching. It's just the fact that I put that hour in. It's like I gave you enough time.
But then now your muscles are tight and you have to loosen
and that's enough. And I'll be sore. I can barely walk.
I don't get sore anymore. That's why. Whatever.
You gotta go home. Now did you hear that?
You should work hard. You're trying to kill me. You gotta work hard. Okay, well, guys, stay tuned because Shannon will also be doing the demonstration. So keep it locked.
Okay, welcome back to Spectrum, guys, and we are here with talented kids. Today we have with us Miss Tiara and Terry, and they are the WIAA state champions. And why don't you tell us a little bit about what that means?
Well, the WIAA state championship thing is basically out of Wisconsin. We won the Division I championship out of everybody in Wisconsin, basically in our division. So that's basically
okay. And the team you guys play for?
Pius High School.
Pius. So you both attend the same school?
Yes.
Okay. And on that, you guys are both on the basketball team, and you are, what positions do you play?
Well, she's the guard, and I'm like the 3. Well, last year I was a 3, so that's kind of like the shooting guard or kind of post player in a way, but I'm not a post. I'm like 5'5", so I'm really not a post.
Oh, okay. See, like all this is new to me. So